Have the pleasure to introduce our mistress of ceremony this morning. This lady needs no introduction. To know her is to love her. Miss Darlene Black. She has been employed with Jackson Public School District for 33 years. She is currently a computer specialist for the Food Service Department. Miss Darlene is a native of Jackson, Mississippi. She graduated from Lanier High School and attended the Jackson State University and Tougaloo College. Ms. Black is married to Pastor Jimmy Black. Together they have 2 children and 3 grands. She loves to sing and put smiles on people's faces. Everyone who knows her loves her willing spirit, her beautiful smile, and personality. I introduce to some and present to others, Miss Darlene Black.
It's all in me. Yeah, do it naturally, Darlene. Yeah, Darlene. Yeah. Laissez bon temps rouler. Let the good times roll, y'all. We are in here to celebrate you all, and I am your MC. MCDB. In the house, gonna guide you through the program. Today, we are here to honor the JPS Food Service Cafeteria and school staff who have participated in the annual National School Food Service Week. Each year, the nutrition program sponsors National School Food Service Week during the 2nd week in October. The celebration is held to highlight the Food Service Department and the importance of school lunch. Most of our children attend schools for 6 hours a day and consume as much as half of their daily calories at school. Eating nutritious meals while they are at school keeps students healthy and ready to learn. The theme for this year's celebration was School Lunch, Lots to Love. This year, we were fortunate to have competition for 5 days. On some days, schools were divided into groups because of the number of participants in some categories. We had Monday, we love the Big Apple, New York. Tuesday, we love Chi-Town, Chicago, Polish Sausage Day. Wednesday, we love the Big Easy, New Orleans Day. Thursday, we love the SIP, 601 Mississippi Day. And Friday, we love school lunch the way we like it. We will now have opening remarks by our fearless leader of the Food Service Department, our Executive Director, better known as Lady Miss Mary Hill.
And I just want to take this just brief opportunity to thank you for coming out this morning so that we can show our appreciation for the hard work that all of the schools, there were 25 schools that participated in National School Lunch this week, and we just had a beautiful celebration. And I really just want you to sit back and enjoy. You know, in food service, we don't want anything dull. So the team has really been working on something to make this exciting, and I'm sure food service is going to show out. Thank you so much.
And now, we will have remarks by our illustrious superintendent, Dr. Eric Green. Let's give him some love.
She said, pray for her. I've worked in a lot of districts for a lot of years and around the country, and I've seen a lot of things in schools. And as we think about all that it takes to serve children and to serve their families, to ensure that our young people are prepared to learn, to receive, and to give as learners, as teachers as well. As we think of all the things that are done, all the things that are said, the resources expended, all of the time and attention given to education, not nearly enough time is spent on what we're celebrating here today. And that's the work that is done to ensure that students are physically prepared to learn, physically prepared to be themselves and to be happy and whole and to be calm and focused in the classroom. If students don't have those basic needs met, there's no way that they're going to be prepared to learn. When I haven't eaten, when I'm not feeling right, I'm a different dude. My language is a little different. I'm not as open to learning and engaging and being my best self. I'm not in any way disposed to be my best self when I'm not physically taken care of. And you all do that. You do that. I have not been to another district that has put this kind of love into food and nutrition. I haven't. I've been to some places that do some pretty amazing things, but I've not been to one other district where across the board it is clear we value food and nutrition. We value the work that we do, and we value the folks who do the work. This celebration, and I just happened to have come on board at the start of October, so I was here when we had that celebration through that week, and so I had the chance to see the amazing displays and just the love and dedication and commitment that you all placed, and it just warmed my heart. And I'm reminded all over again of the vision that we have here in JPS for serving young people and serving them with respect and giving them a standard for service and of service. I celebrate you on behalf of the entire district, but also on behalf of the students and families and the community leaders and just all those who aren't with us here this morning. Know that you are appreciated, and know that we see the importance, the great importance of the work that you do. We're engaging now in strategic planning over the next 5 years for our district. And you should know that one of the major focus areas, on top of the how do we ensure that kids can read and how do we ensure that we're providing professional development for our staff and all those things, on top of that, and maybe even foremost, will be around social and emotional needs. Embedded in that is acknowledging and understanding the needs of individual people. That's the little people and that's the big people. That's the little people who come to our schools, the big people who come attached to those little people from the community, and that's also the big people who work in JPS. That's you, that's our teachers, our school leaders, folks around the central office. It's vitally important that we address our social emotional needs. And what I see happening here today, this celebration, this specific call out for the work of a team that I would bet nationwide doesn't get nearly enough credit for the work that you do and the relationships that you have with others on the team in schools, as well as the relationships that you have with our little people. It's vitally important that we raise that up. It's also vitally important that we're focusing on the details that help us to have healthy, happy relationships. So thank you for all that you've done. Please look out for and know that we're building into our plans over time a focus on social and emotional learning, and know that this kind of celebration and the things that you do day in and day out, the smiles that you greet little people with and adults as well, the big hearts that you lead with and that you act with day in and day out, those are the things that are going to make us great. And I salute this amazing leader, Ms. Mary Hill. And I so look forward to working with you for many, many, many more years.
Since this is a Mardi Gras celebration theme, I'll give you a little Cajun humor. There was these two neighbors. One was named Brodo and one was named Thibodeau. Well, one day Thibodeau was outside working on his shrimp boat. Brodo comes running outside. He opens his mailbox, looks in it, and closes it. Thibodeau said, "Hey there, Brodo." He said, "What are you doing?" He said, "Oh, I'm not doing nothing." He said, "I'm just going to go back in my house, man." It's about 30 minutes later, Brodo comes back to the mailbox. He opens the mailbox, slams the mailbox shut. 45 minutes later, Brodo comes back outside, looks in his mailbox, and he slams it so hard he almost knocks the mailbox off the stand. So Thibodeau said, "Hey there, Brodo, what seemed to be the problem, man?" He said, "You know my boy there, he moved to St. Tammany Parish. He bought me this computer, but something must be wrong with it, because 3 times it told me, you got mail." Laugh loud, because it was funny. Monday, we love the Big Apple, New York Day. 3rd place elementary schools, Watkins Elementary. Miss Kelly Powell's manager, Dr. Josie Blake, principal. 1st place, Johnson Elementary, Miss Hazel Collins, food service manager, Miss Faith Strong, principal. Now we present the middle school awards for Monday. 3rd place, Hardy Middle School, Mr. Algernon Fairley, food service manager, Mr. Vertis Holmes, principal, but Dr. Simpson will be standing in place of Mr. Holmes. Doesn't she look lovely? We coordinating too. All right, 2nd place, Chastain Middle School, Miss Letitia Johnson, food service manager, Mr. Harrison Michael, principal. Now we're on to Tuesday. We love Chi-Town, Chicago, the Windy City, Polish Sausage Day. In the elementary category, we had 1 school that placed, and that was Wilkins Elementary, Mrs. Linda Nelson, food service manager, Mrs. Cheryl Brown, principal. Accepting for Ms. Brown is Ms. Hughes, assistant principal. Middle schools on Tuesday, honorable mention, People's Middle School, Mr. Al Fairley, food service manager, Dr. Spurgeon Daniels, principal. These Fairleys hold it down, father and son, like Sanford and Son up in here. Second place, the other Fairley, Mr. Algernon Fairley, Hardy Middle School. And again, Dr. Simpson will be accepting with him. First place, Chastain Middle School, Miss Letitia Johnson, food service manager, Mr. Harrison Michael, principal. Again, we had no high schools on this day. We're moving right along to Wednesday. We love the Big Easy. New Orleans, y'all. We had 4 groups of elementary schools, 2 middle school groups, beginning with the elementary group 1, 3rd place, Green Elementary, Miss Jacqueline Unger, food service manager, Miss LaShonda Clark, principal. Oh, they brought a fan club. They making some noise. 2nd place again, Miss Watkins Elementary, Miss Kelly Powell, food service manager, Dr. Josie Blake, principal. 1st place, Boyd Elementary with the one, the only, Mr. Chris Rogers is the food service manager, and Miss Candace Beasley, principal. Mr. Rogers is clean. Group 2, 3rd place, Smith Elementary, Miss Ella McIntyre, food service manager, Miss Stephanie Wilson, principal. We call her Cook. 2nd place, Dawson Elementary, Miss Janice Hurst, food service manager, Miss Vicki Conley, principal. 1st place, Walton Elementary, Miss Angela Hall, food service manager, Mr. Zachary Hodge, principal. Group 3, 2nd place, Lester Elementary, Miss Lisa Haddon, food service manager, Miss DeLacy Bridges, principal. 1st place, Timberlawn Elementary, Miss Patricia Hazoff, food service manager, Dr. Lynn Horton, principal. Group 4, 3rd place, Clausell Elementary, Mr. Stacy White, food service manager, Miss Clara Baker Thomas, principal. Sorry, Miss Thomas. There was a lot of words. Carla Baker Thomas. 2nd place, John Hopkins Elementary, Miss Sheila Braddock, food service manager, Dr. Yolanda Lloyd, principal, but accepting with Miss Braddock is Miss Yashanta by herself. She could do it by herself, baby. She'll go if she have to go by herself. 1st place, Lake Elementary, Miss Sharon Howard, Food Service Manager. Miss Jackie Liddell will be accepting for Miss Howard. And Miss Lakeisha Sutton is the principal, but Miss Lee is standing in the place of Miss Sutton. Yeah. Now, middle school, Group 1, first place, Mr. Fairley and son again. Mr. Algernon Fairley, Hardy Middle School. You the king, Mr. Fairley. Get that crown from Mr. Austin. Group 2, second place, Powell Middle School, Miss Gladys Ransburg, Food Service Manager, Mr. Justin Green, Principal. On this day, we had 2 first-place middle schools, Northwest IB Middle School, Miss Latrice Robinson, Food Service Manager, Mr. Kelvin Culver, Principal. IB. I'd be so happy when I go to Northwest. Chastain Middle School also taking the first place, Miss Johnson and Mr. Michael. Miss Stribling took a part in these celebrations as well. Miss Maria Stribling. Just stand, Miss Stribling, where you are. Let them see how beautiful you are. Woo! High school, second place. Murray High School, Mr. Greg White, Food Service Manager, Dr. Alvinette Buchanan, Principal, home of the Mustangs, the blue and gray Mustang. Woo, Doctor! He looked like he ready to say, open your Bible to this. First place, Capital City, Miss Carolyn Jones, Food Service Manager, Dr. Philanda Addison Ross, Principal. Let the guitar roll. Y'all don't know nothing about Capital City, baby. Jones said she ain't come to play, she came to slay, baby. First place. Moving on to Thursday. We love the SIP 601, Mississippi, MISSISSIPPI. Elementary schools, third place, Mac Willie, Mr. Clifford Austin. Food Service Manager, Dr. Sarah Harper, Principal. It's good to be the king. Woo! If I were a king. Second place, KC Elementary, Miss Jennifer Ragsdale, Food Service Manager, and Miss Rhoda Yoda, Principal. Middle school, second place, Chastain again in the house. She didn't come to play, she came to slay. This is a new manager, this is her first year, and she is working it. Miss Tribb, would you come along? Would you come up also, Miss Tribb? She worked hard as well with them. First place, here comes the Fairleys, Hardy Middle School, Mr. Algernon Fairley again, yay. Fairley said, we work hard at Hardy. We love the Big Apple, New York. We love Chi-Town, Chicago, Polish Sausage Day. We love the Big Easy, New Orleans Day. We love the SIP, Mississippi Day. All were great. That brings us to the last day of celebrating National School Lunch Week. Beginning, it's lunch, hashtag the way we like it. And I like bologna burnt in the middle with some potato chips. Beginning with our elementary schools, we had 2 first place winners. But our third place winner is Pecan Park Elementary, Miss Lisa Skipper, Food Service Manager, Miss Wanda Kwan, Principal, Mr. Hill, Assistant Principal. Second place, Baker Elementary, Miss Barbara Mays, Food Service Manager, Dr. Shonda Nicholson Johnson, Principal, and she's by herself. She can hold it down. Again, 2 first place winners. The first one is Galloway Elementary School, located on Bailey Avenue. Miss Deborah Vaughn, Food Service Manager, Mr. Marvin Davis, Principal. I believe they coordinate. And first place also, Rain Elementary, Miss Stacy Smith, Food Service Manager, Miss Dinah Owens, Principal. Accepting for them is me. Somebody had to accept the award. Let's give it up for our elementary schools. Now our middle schools. Second place, Roanne Reap, Miss Erda Richards, Food Service Manager, Dr. Shanitra Burks Dawson, Principal. We had only one high school, Mara High School. Second place, Mr. White, Food Service Manager, Dr. Buchanan, Principal. This concludes our awards presentation. Now let's give everybody a round of applause. This year we had 20 elementary schools, 6 middle schools, and 2 high schools to participate. Lastly, a round of applause for all of the judges. We had a lot of people in our community that helped us judge as well, so let's give them a round of applause as well. And my time is just about up. But before I sit down, got a joke for you. What made the cucumber blush? He saw the salad dressing. Okay, I just need you all to do me one favor before I go to my seat. Everybody stand up and do what I'm doing. Oh, shucks, thank y'all. Y'all don't have to do that for me. Thank you all. Thank you all. Thank you all.
I think we need to give our mistress of ceremonies another round of applause. I just want to say on behalf of the board, thank you. I think Dr. Green, our superintendent, said it the best. You guys are the backbone of the work that we do educating our children. And on behalf of the board, I want to say, for those of you in our food services division who don't get the recognition you deserve, we see you. And as a parent who's been through more than one lunch line and breakfast line, I can tell you the joy that's in this room, I see emanated in our schools over and over again. Thank you as a parent for our children for the work you do. For the past 10 years, I've been on the faculty at Jackson State University. I'm a civil rights historian. I teach about the civil rights movement, and I research about it and write about it. The work you guys do to feed our children, to get them ready to learn, is the work of activists. You may not think of it that way, but it is. It is the work of lifting up our young people and preparing them to face a world that for those hours, those few hours we have them during the day, may be the only moments in their lives we have to actually give them an opportunity to change their lives and to live the lives they want to live. And y'all are essential in that. Thank you for that work. Thank you for the joy that you bring to the work that you do. And I, for one, am deeply grateful for all of you.
Well, I'm kind of like Darlene. I'm reminded of what a preacher said one time at a funeral, and it was of a dignitary in the city. And there were so many accolades and tributes that were done for this particular gentleman, and it went on and on for a while. And so when it was time for the eulogy, the minister got up and said, "Amen, amen, amen." Funeral director's in charge. So now I'm not going to say funeral director's in charge. I'm just going to say amen, amen, amen. I just want us to remember Dr. Lockett because he was with us during the celebration, and he is out on medical leave, but certainly our hearts and our prayers are with him, have been and will continue to be with him. And again, thank you on behalf of the Food Service Department for your support that you give us each and every day.